Hi there, and welcome to another plein air adventure. Today we've come to St Anthony Head. You can see the lighthouse behind me, and I quite like this view here over towards the Lizard Peninsula. I'm painting on a bit of a slope today, which would be quite interesting. And I've got a herd of cattle that have just been let out behind me, so we could have some interesting noises as we go along. It's quite chilly, it's about 2 or 3 degrees northeasterly wind, but this is the view I wanted, so nothing's going to stop me, I hope. Well, we'll see how we get on. Terps, a little bit drop of medium. I've got a warm white, a bit of cadmium yellow left from the other day. Got a lemon yellow, cadmium red, magenta, Indian red. Got a raw sienna, raw umber, violet, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, and manganese, which is left from the other day, and a drop of ivory black, which I've just squeezed out. And that's the usual palette which I use virtually every time I come out. And the sun's just gone in behind the cloud. This is a tricky painting position. Painting on a slope here is quite tricky. It's going to be quite a challenge today, this one. Great spot though, but yeah, I am on quite a slope, so the canvas is a bit lower than I'd hoped. But we'll give it a go. Let's just map in these main areas just quickly, so I know where they're going to go. So if that's like that, so that means the horizon line is going across there. That's the lizard over there. The lizard starts to sweep up, something like that then. And that's where we were last week, over at St Anthony in Maneague, looking across to this St Anthony Head. They'll put a link up in the top right hand corner for you to follow if you'd like to have a look at that one. So this is, I'm just putting some of these shapes in here, trying to get them in the right place before we get blocking in the areas of colour. So I want this to sort of come swinging down. Another one, so this one comes out about here. So this is a burnt umber, sorry, this is a raw umber and ultramarine blue mix, and I want that, yeah, that's going to go a bit higher actually, that's too low. That really, this bit needs to come out like this. It's about here, and that angle can come right in then. And if we want to, we've got there's an area of green. I don't think we need that actually. So it's important, yeah, to try and stand back and have a look at what you're doing every so often, just to check it's working. You can't really see that well when you're on top of it all the time. So there's that lump of rock out there. There's another little rock here. You might pick up a bit of wind in the mic, unfortunately, because it's quite a strong northeasterly. So I know, well, that's quite dark. That's my dark area. All of that. Yeah, I must be careful here. I'm not going to be able to mix too much terps with the paint today. Ground colour, which is a burnt sienna ground colour. I put on last night. It's not 100% dry, so it's going to pick up stuff. So I'm going to have to use the paint quite dry today. So let's see now what we've got. That's that sort of dark shape in there. So I've got to be fairly quick to get these in. I don't think the water's going to change too much colour wise. It doesn't matter if the tide comes up or out there. I just want to get these rocks painted in, the ones that are in shadow. Now let's get some different colour in there a minute. This is where this lighter rock is, all down there. That's the lighter areas just on there. Let's just get that something in place for there. I know what we'll do, we're placing that something for that water, which is quite a nice colour down there at the moment. Let's just get that in. It's just the shallow area of water is nice area, shadow. Yeah, that's going to have to go up there a little bit. There's a nice area of shadow across there like that as well. In the water. That's terrible. This area comes out quite a bit. And then that nice colour for the water goes in here. Let me just scrub that in a minute. Get something on there. Let's get something in this sky area. What I'm going to put in there is like I'm going to use the manganese blue. This paint is just not mixing at all today, something not right here. It's just sticking there, it's just not going anywhere. It must be the cold. This is really weird. That's just not nice. It's nice and bright on that side of the lighthouse. So this, as it goes over this side, it gets to change its colour a bit. Let's get something on there first. Let's just get something bright behind there. That's a lesson for me. You need to make sure this ground colour is 100% dry before I come out. Bad mistake. Drop that back in a bit. So cobalt blue with the raw sienna, that's quite nice. Not too dark as it over that side though. A bit lighter over there. So we're still blocking in at this stage. Just getting something down there, so I've got some paint on the surface and I can get into some real painting, get into some more sort of colour changes and details after that. Let's get some of this in here and just darken this area up a little bit. So that's changed slightly now, that shape of that's even more pronounced. Let's just drop this across here. This area here has got some, it's quite very light, but it's got some sort of darker areas where the sun is there's some, like where the waves are, and you've got the sand underneath. And the tide's actually going out. Here's a little update for you. I've got to get rid of that burnt sienna ground colour as soon as possible, I think, in that dark, so I can judge the colour of the water. I have to keep moving the easel every so often because the sun is up over there, look, and you can see now we've got some sand as the tide's gone out. You can see the beach down there. And next time I'll be down on that beach, I think, in the summer. So this ground colour is still a bit tacky, you see, coming off of my finger there as I rub it. So it's not good, not ideal to paint on, so it's giving me quite a difficult time making the paint really sort of sticky and tacky, so it's not going on how I like it to, but I will persevere for as long as we can. It needs to change, totally change now. Let's see if I can just do a little bit more. So these are, when I started, these were really dark, and now they're all catching the sun. Let's place these in. Now this is catching the sun. There's a hint of this bank, these sort of coolish dull earthy greens there. Let's get some of these little details in. I think we're going to have to call it a day then. This is really difficult, gone really cold. Let's get a bit of this nice warmer colour just in here, I think. I'm just going to make a note of where the dark area is on the lighthouse. It's a funny colour, that's what goes along in here. A bit taller than that. It sort of picks up. It's just this paint, as I'm putting it on, it's pulling off the paint that is I've already put on and leaving the ground colour. So it's not really very good today in that case. This is a different colour in here now. This is more of a something like this. There was water coming in there earlier, that's gone now. So let's just put a hint of those, where those steps are. That's the bit that's catching the sun. And if I wanted to put those steps in there, they are here, like that. Got some nice colours in here actually. These sort of this type of shape. Got some lines and things. Now hopefully this will dry a bit quicker in the studio because of having that tacky ground colour underneath. Yeah, these then would need to be more defined, these rocks, these shapes you see. You see they've all appeared, lots of rocks. I'm going to have to, I think this is as far as I can take this one now. It's changed so much. Well, that's it for today. Freezing cold, there's a northeasterly wind whipping around this corner now, and yeah, pretty cold. Exposed position here on St Anthony Head. See my visitor's just appeared again, coming around. He keeps coming backwards and forwards. So yes, the problem I had today was the canvas was, the ground colour was too wet. I hadn't quite had a chance to quite completely dry, so I couldn't lay the colours on as I like to. And as I put the paint on, it's picking the ground colour up, so it's altering all the colours. Light's changed completely now. So you can see how far the tide's gone out, and all these rocks have appeared which weren't there, and look, they're all lit up in the sun now, whereas when we first started and arrived they were in shadow, nice and dark, which was what I wanted. So yeah, we're going to finish this in the studio as best I can from memory and from a few photographs. So yeah, that's it, we're going to call that a day. Thanks for watching and see you back in the studio where it's a bit warmer, I hope.